Okay, so we got a question on how to not bottle your emotions up, how to manage your emotions and not bottle everything up. So we thought we'd bring the legendary FITSIP into the video.
They don't really love me, but they love me. From cravings doing the ups, I swear man done more self than
Just for another feature. So, anyone got a point? Panel's open.
Good. Obviously, because you're a guest on this, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, I'll go first. I kind of struggle with bottling up my emotions, but I'm better with controlling them. So obviously, a lot of you guys know I go to the gym as like my main way to control my emotions. Like I'll go there when I'm happy, when I'm sad. Especially when you're sad, I think exercise is such a good way, it's such a good outlet for all those negative energies, because even if you haven't done anything good the whole day, you spend half an hour to an hour doing something productive, and it all of a sudden makes your day feel so much better. Not only that, you get a rush of endorphins. I'm not saying that's the only way to deal with your emotions, especially when you're sad, but I think it's one of the most overlooked ways of doing it. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, so I struggle sometimes, and it's not like I consciously like decide to like keep it all to myself, but it's just sometimes just talking to other people. I'd rather say keep it all to myself. I'd rather not share, because you feel like you can sort out yourself. Whatever problem it is too little. I just say just talking to any one of your friends, no matter how big or small it is. It just helps for you to like, instead of building up over time, that you just sort of get out of your system, and yeah, not some big explosion at the end of it. Yeah.
I also think like not bottling it up, it's like important not to try and work it out in your head while you're like in a bad state, or you're angry, or you're like annoyed or stuff. Don't try and work it out. So for Sipan and for me, actually, it's getting out of kind of my head and just doing an exercise and completely just letting go, and then trying to work it out after that. Or maybe for you, it might be writing it down on a piece of paper, or working it out on paper, because we always overestimate when stuff's in our head.
I think any sort of like remedial activity where you're doing something really repetitive like helps clear your mind, because in the end of the day, you're not really you're making progress because you're accomplishing something, but you're not like directly tackling your like biggest concern right now. So you still feel like you've accomplished something, even though you haven't really, like, it's been easy for you. You know, that's a good way of like getting your mind off it for a while. Yeah. But also there's when you're angry, I don't know, I think being more than being sad, being angry is like hard to control. And I don't know, I don't usually really get angry. Like the only people that really see me angry is probably my family. But I don't really know how to deal with that myself, I'm not gonna lie. Like I just, when people say stuff to me, I don't really get offended. Like I'm not one to take any sort of like insult personally or whatever. But when I'm at home, and because I feel like I can answer back more to my family, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I just don't know how to deal with that. Do you guys have any tips or advice for that?
What, as in getting...
So I don't get angry outside my house. Like even if someone wants to insult me in the worst way possible, I wouldn't really care. Yeah. But at home, I get really angry, like just out of the blue. Like let's say if I will start shouting. Like I don't know. But like, how would I deal with that to stop like directly impacting my family, which like I wouldn't want, of course. Yeah.
I think the gym is probably one of the things, but if that's not helping,
well, I say it's at the home, so that's at where your family is. Because you're enclosed, then it's more personal. You feel like you're probably most yourself when you're at home. So then all your emotions are more or less raging like everywhere. So then I'd say that as soon as you start feeling angry or something like that, instead of having an immediate response, because you'd always want to, whatever it is, you'd want to try and get your point in, or at least win that battle, at least get your point across. Everyone wants to just be heard. That's the thing, everyone wants to be heard. But then sometimes you have to be the one to take a step back. If it's not working for you, or you can see it's not going anywhere and it's just escalating, sometimes you have to be the bigger person and be like, no, I'm gonna step out of this. An hour later, 2 hours later, then you revisit it. But sometimes you have to be the one to step out of it, even when the emotions are running.
I think saying that is hard to actually like put into practice. I think the best way to do that would just be to sort of isolate yourself and take time doing something you really love. So a lot of the time I like go on YouTube or like watch a movie or whatever, just to put my mind off completely, and then I come back and revisit the issue. And like because I'm still at home, the issue is like right directly in front of me, but I try doing something to put my mind off it.
Also, it's important in the moment when you're actually angry. It's self-discipline, so you need to be able to put your emotions now on hold until later and let them diffuse, and then come back to it in a more kind of steady state of mind, and then readdress the problem from a more level perspective, rather than just acting right now. And that is difficult, everyone knows that, that's difficult. But the things that are easy to do, I mean, it's gonna be worth it if you can master that, and if you can find the discipline to do that, no matter how hard it is. It's gonna be difficult. Okay, is that it, boys?
I talk about stress as well. So one of the biggest issues I think for our age is just being stressed out from the workload and whatnot. And I think having what I do in my head, I usually break down all my tasks into smaller tasks, and I immediately write everything down. A lot of people, I don't know, they don't use their planner, but I feel like using my planner helps me de-stress so much. And I use a calendar app on my phone, I use a reminders app all the time, and by writing down these tasks and ticking them off once I've done them, I feel like my day becomes so much better and I'm way less stressed, even if I have a lot of things to do. And sometimes what I do is, when I'm not really feeling productive, and let's say I'm wasting time, I'm on Netflix and whatnot, so I watch the movie, and then midway through I just close it out of the blue and just start doing work. And because I'm still in that mindset of being happy from what I was just doing, I still end up doing being happy doing my work. Another method I use, I've said this before many times, is visualization. Like, so to stay motivated most of the time, I think about the task that I want to do, right? So I imagine myself in the moment sitting and doing the task, and then once it comes to that, I've already kind of gained the reward system, like I've already triggered that reward system in my head. So I know that I'm going to be happy once I've finished that task, because I've already gone through that visually in my head. So like, let's say when I'm walking home from the gym, I imagine I've already unpacked my bag, done all my work, and I've closed it and put it away now. And now I'm ready to actually do it the second I hit home, just so I can get that same satisfaction. I know, that's something I do.
Very interesting. Okay, is that it, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, lovely.
I follow up the thing, obviously, at FITSIP on Instagram. Let's get it. Another daily vlog. What are we saying for the daily vlog? First YouTube video.
It's gonna be sick.
Come on.